Yo ho 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 ho, and Merry Christmas for when it comes. Good evening, Massive and Crew.
Is that why you have that ridiculous that chupid hat on your head?
Yeah, don't worry. You don't celebrate Christmas. I celebrate Christmas.
No,
yeah.
I
got the fandangles. Next week I'm gonna have some tinsel and some what's its name? Mistletoe going on as well.
Is that, and that's how you celebrate Christmas? Tinsel and mistletoe.
Eating holy food and drinking some serious rum punch, which I have here courtesy of the my friend them from Hillary and Sons, the wickedest rum punch in the world.
People, you know what's going to happen today.
Let it start.
It's bare foolishness. Good evening, Crystal. Good evening, Daddy Ernie. Crystal, what do you think about that bit of ridiculousness?
Good evening. Well, look, Daddy Ernie show up on the tour we like him alone have mouth. For him send me some of the rum punch, my show off and we rubber.
And you said you had something for me for this week. What is it? Because it ain't the rum punch.
It's this, but the bottle empty. I did have it for you, but the bottle's empty, so I got to get another one.
Well, it's a good thing I bring my own refreshments. But listen, people, welcome along. It's a Fixture List, another Friday night. We don't know if we're in, if we're out, if we're gonna get the risks or take the risk or get the rewards.
Yeah.
I mean, we just don't know. We don't know. How many games? I believe it's only about 4 games or 5 games this weekend.
I think it's 4, isn't it?
Plenty of cancellations.
Yeah.
Postponed because of Omicron virus. Yeah. The numbers of infection rate has gone crazy through the roof here in the UK. And the Premiership teams and the Premier League it's really the Premiership teams. The Premier League haven't actually done anything about it. The Premier League teams are doing what they can do about it, and which is cancelling games. But we'll hear from the Premier League next week whether the whole thing is going to come to a crashing end and we go back into one of those situation with no fans at the ground. But fans are here, and if you're here, you know what to do.
Yeah, you know what to do.
That thumbs up right now on YouTube, and of course on that's Ernie's PlayStation fingers.
I wish I knew about PlayStation.
If you're on YouTube, please press the share button. We welcome your messages. Drop your shouts. Where you watching the show from? We have a lot of people that watch the show silently. They never respond on the YouTube. I think they're afraid of Ernie's bark. Don't worry about Ernie's bark. Yeah. And a lot of people that watch it on YouTube and they watch the show, and I get comments during the week on my other social media site saying how they watch the show, and I say, just drop a comment. So you can do it from now. Start dropping your comments below. It's one of those weeks there where we're looking forward to the holiday, but for football, I don't know.
It's
we're
looking
in a strange place.
Yeah, it's looking a bit murky, and people still can't get used to us having like football during the week. I mean, last night I couldn't. Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. It's a bit too much, isn't it?
No.
With this Amazon people getting in on the act.
Amazon people. It was lovely.
Well, they show it. No, they show it on what's his name, innit? Netflix.
Yeah, but we've always
had Prime.
Yeah, but they've always had football on this time of the year. I mean, this is like I didn't realize how much money is made during the festive season. I always used to think football at Christmas is nonsense. There's too many games. But the amount of money that the clubs make during the Christmas season, it is actually the biggest period for clubs. It's the most income they generate is around Christmas. So, yeah, Amazon Prime is going to get involved in football. Well, why wouldn't they get involved around the busy time, the money end of the time? So that's the reason why those guys get involved. But it wasn't driven firstly by Amazon Prime or by any of the TV channels. It was driven by the owners of the clubs, and you know what that is greed. Greed, Daddy Ernie, greed.
Saturated, though. Don't you think it's saturated, Crystal?
First of all, before I get started, congratulations to Rubber and being ranked in the #1 spot position for global dancehall on Mixcloud. So congratulations to Mr. Rubber Ranks.
Thank you. Get that away from me.
Ernie reckons I buy it. He says, he told me one day, he phoned me one day and goes, yeah, you know, Ernie, how much you pay got #1?
Some boosting business.
Yeah. How did you boost it? I didn't.
So
Thank you, Crystal.
How do you feel about that, Rubber?
Yeah, it's good. I've been over the few years doing Mixcloud kind of being positioned like reggae, then dance, or sometimes we're not there. Sometimes some huge online, well, I call them online DJs, just take that, they shadow that spot for weeks and months. When I first started hosting shows on Mixcloud, I think the only person I recognized was Tim Westwood, and he always used to be #1, and I said, listen, enough of that, man. So yeah, it's great feeling, man. Thanks.
Yeah.
The only thing about it, Robbo and Crystal, is that we don't get our just rewards.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about Robbo.
I just got some from Crystal. That's good enough.
It's
the people. It's the people.
I agree with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But financially, you know, the work that we put in, we don't really get the rewards. But we're not complaining, because what we got, we got.
I think people power is, you know, ultimately, if you understand or you get an idea, it's not something that you can grasp from day one, but people power is the biggest power. You just have to understand how to manipulate it and to mobilize it. And that's something we learn on a daily basis. I'm never too old to learn, and people show me things every day and they say, look, if you say this, you do this, people will get involved. So I hope if we say this now, that we got people watching the show. In order for us to grow, so we can win, so you don't have to listen to them other nutters on TV.
Hit the like button.
Power. Simple.
Yo, people power, you know what I mean? Maybe we should do a striptease.
No, maybe
what
you
should saying, Chris? Don't start it, no, Chris.
I let that comment. I let that comment slide. Yes.
You know, if that happens tomorrow. Slide. You know, tomorrow it'll be, why never see Robert, Ernie, and Crystal last night and take off them clothes?
Well, you, not me. None of that.
What's that?
Crystal. I know he's an elder in the business, but don't follow him here.
No chance. Them end up deport me. No chance.
What's that AVA business you got on there, Rob? AXA. What's that? Some insurance company, innit?
Yeah, well, we have to insure our head, because you know what time it is.
Christmas a come and we want the money flow. Christmas a come and we want the money, but it now flow. Oh, it now flow.
It's gonna be an icy Christmas. It's gonna be one of these icy Christmas. Rum and lemonade.
Do it, child. Do it till you be. It's a Christmas time again. Do it till you die.
Oh, yeah. It started. I told you it started.
Icy.
I told you.
Bro.
I knew. I know. It's reached this part of your chest plate now, the rum. It's just about here. People, it will get better. Please, trust me, it will get better. So listen, we had a week of football. Rafa Benitez pulling off the unthinkable, going back to Chelsea and stuffing his own team. Nearly got the victory. I think they were like really on the front foot, and Chelsea are wobbling. Has anybody seen Chelsea? Has anybody seen Chelsea? Where's Chelsea?
No. The only man at Chelsea who seems to be playing is Rudiger. He's playing up front. He's playing in midfield.
And the guy you like, Mason Mount. Stop being like that.
Who said I like Mason Mount? Who told you that?
I think their issue at the moment, it's weird because Chelsea somehow always find themselves in a position ever so often where they lack squad depth, and you think, how is that even possible with the amount of players that you have at your dispense? Yeah, you're rich and you know, you have so many players out on loans, etc. But the main focus is you can afford to go out there and recruit a decent squad depth. And I think the main problem that they're facing at the moment is the absence of Kante, if I'm not mistaken. So that midfield stability, bridging the gap between the defense and the attack. I think that's coming to bite them. But you would think that they would learn their lessons from previous seasons. But clearly they haven't. I don't know if they thought they could ride their momentum, ride their wave from last season, and how they turned things around with Tuchel coming in and then going on to be the champions of Europe. But like you said, they're wobbling at the moment, and now is when the fixtures are going to come thick and fast. And if they don't pull themselves together, they might find themselves in a position where you're thinking, are you also going to be fighting for the number 4th position?
I noticed you said it's Kante, and obviously Kante is an amazing player. Should have been close to winning the Ballon d'Or. But
yeah,
I asked the question: where is Chelsea? Where is Lukaku?
Yeah,
because
Chelsea fans will tell you that he's, you know, working his way back from injury. And yes, he was injured recently, but there you go. You're asking where is Lukaku, and also Timo as well. It's just 2 forwards that you spend.
Timo, he's never been there. He's not even turned up. What you're seeing right now is a silhouette. That's not Timo Werner. That's just a silhouette. That's not a footballer.
Frightening amount of money on 2 forwards.
Can't you imagine Liverpool was going to sign that guy, and we were fighting Chelsea.
Hard for him.
Chelsea put the money down. I was like, listen, you don't need to go over there. I know they were like the Premier League champions, but we're Chelsea. And they put the money down, and we went, all right, and we diverted and went for Jota, who's currently the second highest goal scorer in the Premier League. He's the only Portuguese striker you need to know. Jota, the shotter.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, what?
We got a 36-year-old you need to know as well.
Well, you hold on to your 36-year-old guy.
Oh, he's got as much goals as Jota.
No, he hasn't.
He's got 7 and Jota's got 8.
So who is the second highest goal scorer in the Premier League?
All right. Well, we'll see how it finishes up at the end.
And he comes on as a sub more time, and he doesn't always get starts. He's only got starts since Firmino. So, and your guy starts every game apart from the game where Ole dropped him and left him on the bench, and then you got beat up by Everton.
What's his name? Dropped him as well. Carrick.
Who?
Carrick. Dropped him and brought him on.
One game. But anyway. So Lukaku's gone missing. Chelsea
Werner's gone missing.
Yeah, but they're slipping down. But there's also another team that looks like they're sliding down the table, and we kind of predicted it. Someone did a lovely post and said the team from East London, West Ham, are like Christmas decorations. They go up before Christmas, and by January them come down, and they're coming down. Crystal, Antonio. I think all that traveling's really taken its toll. He looked knackered against Arsenal. You must be happy.
I'm happy if David Moyes and West Ham aren't listening to what you just said, because that might make them turn their heads come next month when we need to play against Mexico. But I think it was just inevitable, not scapegoating Mikel, but just West Ham as a collective, bearing in mind that, you know, they were in the Europa League. It was just us watching on and thinking, how can they cope with the pressure of playing week in, week out, added to the weekend fixtures. And they started off well, to be honest with you. West Ham looked well, they looked steady, and then slowly but surely, perhaps those thick fixtures got the better of them. Then I believe now they fell down into the Conference League, which nobody really and truly wants to play. Looking great for them as it was at the start of the season, but obviously they're still within touching distance of pushing for that top 4 finish.
Well, it'd be interesting to see where they actually finish, but I think there is a steal about West Ham. I think when they get it together and then when I think the breaks come in, I think Moyes. I'm hoping that Moyes gets it together, because wouldn't it be interesting if West Ham were in the Champions League? Wouldn't it be interesting? That'd be interesting, wouldn't it, Ernie? Above you guys.
No, it wouldn't be interesting at the expense of us. It'd be interesting at the expense of Chelsea and Arsenal.
What you reckon? Chelsea could slide all the way out of the top 4?
Well, what they say, if that happens, West Ham would be London's top team, innit?
Shouts going out to Inspired Diabetic. Good evening from Buckinghamshire. Buckingham. Yeah. Is it Buckinghamshire? Shouts going out to Richard Smith, the Shape West Ham. Has yeah, that's what it's been like that all season, Richard. Shouts to Richard Smith. He is a Leeds United fan. I don't know how the racist man can come on this program chatting. Brother, I know we want viewers, but Richard, ease off. Ease. Shouts going out to Master Blaster. He's in Buckinghamshire as well.
No, there's something going on in Buckinghamshire.
Hang on. Master Blaster is in Buckinghamshire.
And Inspired
Diabetic is in Buckinghamshire.
Maybe they're neighbours.
And Richard Smith is in his feelings. Oh, God. Drop your comments, people. The Fixture List show. What other interesting game did we have? Wasn't it a game between Newcastle and Liverpool?
Liverpool last night.
Yeah,
but that wasn't nothing really interesting. That you was always going to win that.
It was a game of football early, man.
Shelby scored. But Shelby scored a good goal. But Newcastle is like when they play Arsenal. No matter what happens, they always start off properly, but end up losing 3-4.
Man says,
you know what I mean?
Scored a good goal. Was that the only goal you saw?
Yeah, but I'm not talking about Liverpool. I'm talking about the goal that Newcastle scored.
People, maybe this is what.
Robert, what would have happened if you lost that game?
Oh, it would have been anarchy. We'd be singing na. Klopp is at the wheel.
Yeah.
We got somebody. Hang on, in a hot few, we got somebody who's going to be singing that song better than me. One of our guests tonight. But Ernie, numbers don't lie.
Yep.
This is the boss.
Who?
This is the boss. This man is shutting down everything on the right-hand side for Liverpool. Let me ask you your opinion. They say the boy can't defend. And I say, who cares? It's Trent Alexander-Arnold. Well, what do you say?
Didn't he start out as a midfield player?
Well, you said that Shelby scored a good goal. Richard Smith has come back and said Trent scored a banger. What's your opinions on young Trent Alexander-Arnold, 23-year-old? England's right back, Liverpool's right back, but he can't defend. What say you? Because it's naysayers like you that's been saying that.
I ain't said that he can't defend, but he looks more comfortable push forward.
Okay,
he looks more comfortable push forward. And to be honest, him and Mount? I know Mount plays on the other side, didn't he? Where does Mount play?
I think Mount can play right and left, but he's an attacking. You're talking about Reece James.
Yeah, no, but if you had to put in Trent up in the midfield there, he would give.
Why would you want to play him in the midfield when he's a defender?
Well, what's he play for? When he plays for Liverpool, sometimes he's defender, and sometimes he's in midfield, isn't it?
Because he's a world-class player. He's a defender, though. He's a right back.
Yeah, but we're not doubting that. But when he started his career, he wasn't a right back. He used to play in midfield when he started his career.
When Cristiano Ronaldo started his career, was a winger. What's the point we're talking about now?
Well, the point that I'm saying is that he's equally as comfortable in midfield, and I rate him more than your favourite player, who you reckon is my favourite player, but you're disguising it, than Mount.
My favourite player? How's Mount my favourite player? It was just that some of these amazing young English players. I know that you actually love. You rate the talent of these English players.
No, you know better than that, Robbo. It's like that one they got over Arsenal, who they're jumping up and down about. When name Crystal?
Oh,
what's his name? Again?
The one that they got over Arsenal that they're jumping up and down about.
Smith Rowe.
Oh, your favorite player, Smith Rowe.
Yeah,
Smith Rowe.
Yeah. Pure hype. They like to hype them up and then they fall down.
Yeah, but if they're playing well, naturally they'll get the hype.
Yeah,
anyway,
it's their country. Like
but we see beyond that. Yeah, we see beyond that. You know, I think we should talk a little bit about the African Nations Cup because it looks like they want to cancel that, and I'm not really for that. I think it should play, but Robbo and our guests will be for it because that means they'll be able to keep Mo Salah and the other one. With the other one, Nim. Marnio or whatever his name is. They'll be able to keep
Money.
Yeah. Are you ever going to get his name right? Well, anyway, I guess he's in the house. I don't know if he's ready, but he heard everything you say, and usually what he tells you on Facebook, I agrees with him. He's in the building. Let's see if we can bring him. Let through the man who says to Daddy Ernie on a week-to-week basis, "Shut your filthy mank mouth." Say it again for him one more time. The amazing Jeff Schumann.
How you doing, Robert? How you doing, Ernie? How you doing, Callaway? Ernie, keep your filthy mank's mouth shut firmly. Just a couple of corrections.
a couple of corrections. Here we go.
No. There's three of us, three players. It's Kato, Marnie, and Salah. Liverpool end up losing if the African nations goes ahead, and we don't want that. But the three packages, the biggest when we were growing up, the biggest revenue obviously would always be the Boxing Day game. But Amazon entered with the third. The Premier League sold three packages because it was said by the Competitions Commission that Sky had too much of a monopoly. BT Sports entered into it for 3 years, and then came the third package that Amazon bought, which then is American style, like 11 games on at the same time, and you just choose which one you want to watch. So, and Trent was formerly a right midfielder, but he's right back.
Right. Yeah, I knew he started his career in midfield. And
I don't know why you're going on about where he started his career.
Campbell was a striker.
Yeah.
No, but what
Jamie Carragher was a midfielder. There's so many players that did different roles.
Is that Robbo asked me about Trent, and I'm telling him where I prefer him to play. I prefer.
It's not where you prefer him to play.
No, it's where he's German. It's where the German.
He'll always be right back for Liverpool, but England, because they already qualified. They experimented, didn't they? Played him in right midfield, and he was like a fish out of water. And Mason Mount plays centre midfield, by the way. Doesn't play left, doesn't play right. He's central midfielder.
Okay, thank you for that clarification.
No problem, gents. The football almanac is here. Good evening.
Jeff, I've got to disagree with the Mason Mount thing. A Chelsea fan will tell you that he has been played in the system where they play two at the base. He plays in a double pivot, but he does not play that central midfield role for Chelsea because
he doesn't play on the left, doesn't play on the right. Chelsea plays they play with two wing backs, which is James, and it depends if it's Alfonso or someone else. Then you've got the two centre halves. Then you've got five that run across that spire. He doesn't play left. He doesn't play right.
Are you saying that he plays in the three behind the striker as a number 10?
Absolutely. He's allowed to wander, but you won't really see Mason Mount if you watch him. Comes and gets the ball and can shift it. You don't really see him on the right hand side. And then he scores.
I've seen him play on the left hand side for Gareth Southgate though.
Oh, that's different for England. For England, Declan Rice has played centre half for West Ham and played them. I think what it is what Ernie did say earlier about the versatility of the footballer. But Mount is certainly not someone that you stack out wide. They want him on the ball as often as possible. I stand to be corrected, but I watch a lot of football. Mount Kante is the defensive cover, and he's normally just in front of him.
Kante does everything, bro.
Yeah, but Kante's the one who's supposed to go and win the ball and give it to him.
Do you like that, Ernie?
I'm not listening to nothing what Jeff says because he's a Liverpool fan. And you tell you that he is of no significance on Facebook when he's talking about shut your filthy mouth.
Yeah, keep it quiet.
All he's doing, he's calling out names and nobody's responding to him.
Because they can't. Because they can't. West Ham, if you look at this season, and it is an unbelievable season in terms of not just results, but in terms of Chelsea have not picked up 81% possession the other night, end up drawing the game. 91 possession against Burnley, end up drawing the game. Only 4 points off the top. Between third place and fourth place is 7 points. United got 2 games in hand still to come, and they'll still be 6 points behind, even if they win those. So
what's your assessment on Man United?
I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed because now they've got this German guy. It's a bit like Klopp, the unknown. Klopp and others have said this guy really knows his stuff. And if you notice, Carrick has gone. Phelan's not on the training ground anymore. The jury might be out, but Man United might become a bit more solid in the way in which they play and defend. I'm hoping that I'm wrong, and I'm praying that he's going to be a disaster. But if Pochettino does come, as is rumoured, although I think this guy's going to be given the job, Man United will still, just don't forget Ronaldo, if you can. United has still got enough quality, enough good players. There's some deadwood there that needs to go, but United will still be dangerous because now they're going to be coached properly. They were outclassed by Liverpool, embarrassed by Man City, embarrassed by Watford. I remember Ernie and all the faithful, let's give it another week. Let's wait and see, because that's what you do. I felt like that under Benitez. I hated him when he was Liverpool manager. 2 cups in 6 years, awful. But because you just keep on hoping and praying that things are going to change. I think Man United are going to change dramatically, and that pains me. Look at Norwich. There's a time when Man United would have drawn that game 3 weeks ago. Didn't draw it the other night. Good game management. Scored. Could have scored more.
Mind you, you used to do that, innit? Liverpool, they used to hope and pray that they were going to win the Premiership.
Very true. Only very, very. We were the Man United of the Champions League for ages. We were also bad. We were terrible.
Yeah,
but not anymore.
Who's this guy, Joe Bloggs? Is he a mate of yours?
No.
He's not. He must be some Liverpool supporter. He's lost the plot. Slowly but surely, he's losing the plot. Have you seen his? Well, seen his comments? He must be a mate of yours.
Oh, and Lukaku, by the way, has got COVID. He's been eased back in after injury, but he's now just got COVID, so that's why he's not playing.
Yeah, we heard that but it's much nicer if we just say, has anybody seen Chelsea? It's just the way. Get used to the way of the show. Get used to the way of the show. So Man United's games was obviously one of the games was postponed.
Both of them.
Two games now. Tottenham started the trend. I mean, it was the first game that was postponed was due to bad weather, right? And now they've just done Tottenham things. But the games that have been pulled this weekend. We've got this is the games we have for this weekend.
Is Liverpool Tottenham still going ahead, isn't it? As far as we know.
For now.
When is that? When's that?
Sunday, 4:30.
Sunday. Okay.
For now.
Make sure that I won't be watching that.
2 pay play, Ernie, eh? Watching a team that scores 3 and 4 on a regular basis. I understand, Ernie.
No. It's not painful. I just make sure that I'm in my garden drinking some rum.
Yeah, I agree. I'm exactly the same. Match of the day. I always go fast forward the Man United game. What for? I want to watch football, not foolishness.
So tomorrow's Aston Villa and Burnley and Leeds Arsenal. Crystal. Leeds took a walloping against Manchester City, almost as if they just lie down for Manchester City and just say, "Run over me, please." I don't think that's going to be the same 5:30 kickoff against Arsenal without Uba. And your manager has confirmed Uba will not be playing. He will be not taking part. But something sounds as if it is he won't be taking part anytime soon. And they could be showing him the door as we did last week. It
Uba,
could be that
has he got a fair to pick up or something? Uba, who's that?
We don't know.
Do you know the way?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, Crystal, what say you?
To be honest with you, no disrespect to Aubameyang, but Aubameyang missing tomorrow's game. Is it tomorrow? I don't even know when they're playing. The weekend's game against.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah, it's hardly something that I'm going to lose sleep over. I read something, I think it was today, where it said Arsenal 58% since the start of last season. Arsenal have won 58% of their Premier League games without Pierre.
Well, we lost Crystal.
Aubameyang featuring, so that doesn't sleep without him being included in tomorrow's squad. And also, you look at how Arsenal played over the last couple of games without Pierre, whether that's him being excluded from the entire squad or whether that's him sitting on the bench and coming on. So, like I said last week, there's something's not quite right there, and he's supposed to be the leader of the ship. But at the moment, the true leaders are the youngsters. you know, the likes of your Kieran Tierney, both Gabriels. You've got Aaron Ramsdale, who's come in and he's given a decent account of himself so far. You've got Saka.
He's England's number one, isn't he? Ramsdale. I mean, there was always talk he suffered 2 relegations, didn't he? Norwich and Sheffield United. But he's business. That save at Leicester, save of the season. He's really good with his feet.
He's very good with his feet.
The press team, Robbo, I don't know what you think, Robbo, Ernie, and the sister. The press seem to really dislike Jordan Pickford for whatever it is. They're waiting for him to make a mistake so Ramsdale can become the number one. They really don't like him, do they?
You think? I see the opposite.
I think they like Pickford.
No,
yeah,
sir.
I don't
think they
really
like
him.
Sir.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Jeff. I don't think they like Pickford. I don't think Pickford likes Pickford.
Well, you know what could go against Ramsdale? Because he said that he Caribbean food and oxtail and everything, that could really go against him.
Did he? I
Yeah. He said he grew up with a black family and him eat oxtail and banana.
It didn't affect David Beckham when he had cane rolls, so I don't think that's what.
And a do-rag.
Yeah.
Can I also say, Robert, congratulations. I was in the background listening on your Mixcloud award. I think that's something that, I know you're quite modest, it's something really you should, considering that you came from a place that discarded you. And if you're beating everybody, because as you say, anybody and everybody is allowed.
Because they're soft. That's why. And
everyone's allowed to compete in that, whatever it is. You know, I'm not a huge.
My competitors are soft. That's what it is. They're just soft.
I'm not going to go down that road. I want to say publicly.
I'm like when we picked up the league and they were second and third. They're soft. I'm winning.
Ernie, what did I just do? All I want to do is tell them my congratulations.
but me and Robbo's thing is 2 different things completely.
What I'm saying is, I'm talking about in the dancehall thing. I know you play all genres. What I'm saying to Robbo is, congratulations. Robbo knows what I'm saying and why I'm saying
I'm only playing.
Okay.
Congratulations.
You know, right now, a man's having a heart attack. Hey. Shoot Robbo, you know. Shoot Robbo talking live, you know. Oh, God.
But Jeff, they're soft.
Congratulations.
Anyway, let's talk about this quickly about this Leeds Arsenal. I want to talk about it in a way that we know that Leeds they got their arse spanked the other night there, but they're unbeaten in 6 games at Ellen Road. Ellen Road is not an easy place to go, but Arsenal have been proving to be a good team away from home. They've been picking up results. Obviously, they're not against the big boys. That's a possible draw in that game, right? Or does it favour Leeds, that game?
Where is it? Ellen Road or the
Ellen Road?
Richard Smith, what you say?
Ellen Road.
He says Gooners are poor away from home. That's not true. It's true. Arsenal are unbeaten in their last 6 away games against Leeds in all competitions.
They've done the business at Leicester. They've done the business at Burnley, which were normally Arsenal never used to have the underbelly for them kind of tough assignments there. Arsenal, apart from the merger at Anfield, they got walloped at Man City earlier in the season. They're going in the right direction. I like Arsenal. I haven't got any fight with Arsenal, but I do think Leeds will be up for this one. They'll be looking for a reaction.
Yeah, definitely.
Deb Thompson says Arsenal are better at home. We know Arsenal are better at home, and that's just it. That's it.
So let's hear what Crystal's saying now. What were you saying, Crystal?
I think this is the type of game where Arsenal need to give a good account of themselves. It's all well and good talking about you're going on a 10-game unbeaten streak, but there's way more than 10 games for the duration of a Premier League season. And if you're serious about putting yourself in that top 4 conversation, not necessarily saying that you're going to compete for first, second, or third, but literally try to put yourself in the 4th position with the heavy string of fixtures that lies ahead, you need to be going to Ellen Road and taking all.
I think she's coming in saying taking all 3 points.
That's a fact. And game by game, there's no point resting your desire on, but exactly resting your hope of the fact that usually your away record is not that great based off history. Like you have to put that to the side and, like I said, try to go out there and give a fantastic account of yourself, because now is when it matters.
One of the things that's interesting about Arsenal, though, we all know Aubameyang is not going to be featuring in this game. There's no certainty that he features in games after that. But one of the interesting things, Lacazette is going to be out of contract at the end of the season, and the manager has praised Lacazette's commitment to the club. Oh, he is my favorite player. And he's made him the captain.
I think, and I touched on this.
That's a bit crazy.
I touched on this with you, Robert and Daddy Ernie I think it was probably last week or possibly the week before, where I said that one thing you can give credit to Lacazette for is his professionalism. And this is where I said, if you look back at when he came into Arsenal under Arsene Wenger, and the way we treated Lacazette was absolutely, it's just unacceptable. You know, you could definitely say that we weren't behaving as a professional club should. We weren't carrying ourselves with great class. Every 70 minutes, Lacazette would get substituted. And you didn't hear Lacazette, you know, go out there and try to like let his agent speak for him. Oftentimes you see players do that, where their agent is their mouthpiece. Lacazette sat back and, you know, kept himself to himself, be professional, a bit like Giroud. You know, Giroud is the type of player that kept himself to himself when it comes to club football, and then he will go out there onto the pitch and try to give a good account of himself. And I think that's what you get with Lacazette. So it would be hard for any coach or any manager to say that Lacazette is not one of their favourite player in terms of the asset that he brings to the club.
Well, it'll be interesting. It's interesting to see what his contract situation, because it sounds they want to offer him a new contract.
The reason why they're at an impasse is because Arsenal are doing what Chelsea are doing. They're not offering contracts when players reach 30. It's a 2-year deal. Then man want a 3-year deal. Now, obviously, the William one is still going to be very painful. In fact, people wonder if they signed William because they thought he was the guy from the Black Eyed Peas. It just didn't work. And the big contract that was given to Ozil at the time. And look, it's only 5 months ago, Arsenal fans, forget Lacazette, it was lack of effort. It was nothing magnificent was happening with what was happening with him. But like Crystal said, he was being very, very professional. And Aubameyang, you know, as soon as the goals dried up, everyone clutches at that. Oh, £300,000 a week is outrageous and whatever and whatnot. Breach of discipline, breach of whatever. You play for the club. You're at the club at that particular moment in time. They want you captain for 6 months. You're captain for 6 months. Me personally, I'll give it to Ben White. Or
if Aubameyang was scoring goals, do you think that these disciplinaries would come up?
No, you don't drop an informed striker, irrespective. But if you come back late, Robbo, if I run a radio station and your show starts at 7, Robbo, and you keep coming at 7:20, when Ernie comes in late twice or 3 times, Ernie's got every right to say, well, hold up a minute, I'm not the only one. Why am I being singled out? When you're the captain and you wear the armband, you are supposed to.
Yeah, but Jeff, he has got personal problems, because from what we understand, his mum's not well.
Mum's ill, yeah.
His mum's ill. Now, I don't know about you or anyone else, right? But rest her soul, if my mum was ill and I had to be late, I'd be late.
But you're a professional, Ernie. You got to be.
No, but he wasn't late. It wasn't late. He was due to return to the training ground the Thursday morning, and so he was supposed to leave on a Wednesday night. What happened was, not knowing or understanding the rules, he left on Thursday morning, got back in time, but to be told at customs, you've only just arrived in the country, you've got a quarantine. If you come yesterday, your PCR test will qualify for today. So you now can't go back to your football club until tomorrow. And that's when he wasn't late. It was he didn't come back when he was supposed to come back, which therefore made him late.
Okay, can we get clarification on that, Crystal? Because I don't really believe a lot of things that them Liverpool supporters.
No, 100%.
Yeah, they're saying that it's a breach of protocols. But also adding to what Jeff has said, this isn't the first time that Aubameyang has been in this position in terms of disciplinary. And like I said before, you are the captain. You are supposed to be the example, the prime example. So I think on record, based off what is out there to the public in terms of the stories that we've come across, this is the 3rd time that he's been in trouble with the club. We all remember the most obvious.
The car in
exactly.
Muswell.
Yeah, when against Tottenham North London derby. How are you late for a North London derby? How is any player late for their derby, and being that you are the captain as well? And I believe that the second one was to do with COVID. And then now, yes, I totally get what Ernie's saying in terms of family comes first. Absolutely, but like Robert just said,
Crystal,
you're a professional.
Can I ask you, Crystal, what are Arsenal's expectations? All right, you've got you've got the easier draw in the League Cup coming up next week. Well, if it's played, but what are Arsenal's expectations? Top 6?
I think that's a very good question. I think realistically, you do have to take baby steps and say you want to get yourself back into the Europa League position. But with that, if you're aiming for top 6, why not try to be a little bit more ambitious? And I actually think you should be aiming for top 4. So if you aim for top 4 and you missed it, you fall right back into the top 6. If you aim for top 6,
you better start praying that Man United have a wobble then.
Manchester United is a whole different story, because like I said, if they hit their honeymoon period, then that's just it. They're gonna sail off into the sunset, unfortunately. But I just think they should aim for top 4, and if that don't work out, then at least you fall into the top 6. You aim for top 6 and you have a slip, you're out of Europe again. So
hang on, lots of comments about Uber's. Debbie Smith says Uber doesn't behave like a captain. I don't know what. Richard Smith's chimed in to say, well, let's talk about Uber's recent hairstyle. Could it be the hairstyles? And there's also Richard Smith has also mentioned that he reckons Ben White being captain. Ronnie Biggs also said Ben White's only been there a few months. There's been calls for Gabriel to be captain. It could be a whole like Maguire captain situation.
KT.
Captain. Can we just get a captain at? Can we just get a captain at Arsenal? What's your suggestions? Who should be that captain at Arsenal? Who should be the guy to lead the team forward? They're going for a transition. You do need a stable guy to stabilize a position.
The problem with Gabriel is he always looks like to me, he always looks like he's got a mistake in him against the top side. That's the only reason why.
So did Maguire.
Yeah, but Maguire don't count. That's why Roy Keane keeps on killing him. We're not talking about foolishness now. We're talking about what you're going on. We're not talking foolishness.
You know what? That's the first time I've heard Jeff say something sensible about a Man United player. He don't count.
No,
you know what I mean?
He doesn't count.
You know who I would like to see a captain at Arsenal if he could keep fit? That boy Tyranny.
Yeah, KT.
Right.
He's the captain, Robert,
all day long, but he can't keep fit.
All day long,
he gets injured. He gets injured a lot. But him,
Gabriel's a good shout.
You reckon?
I reckon Gabriel or Ben White.
Oh, Ben White. A centre half is generally a good captain, or centre midfield. I haven't really seen Partey talking. Smith Rowe, maybe it's come too early for him. Saka's a great player, but not really. You want
Saka don't need to be captain. Saka needs his Man City contract.
I'm not in favour of Ben White, to be honest with you. I'm more KT, because we've got to remember that KT's held the captain's armband for Scotland as well, so he's got experience in that role, and also he strikes me as a no nonsense.
He's only held the Scotland armband, if at all. I don't remember that, because Andy Robertson, the Liverpool left back, is the Scotland captain.
Yeah, he's I believe he was wearing it before.
Okay, if Robertson's injured, but the Scotland captain plays for Liverpool.
So why can't they just leave Lacazette as the captain?
It doesn't make sense if he's leaving in the summer. Why?
We don't know. We don't know if he's leaving in the summer.
Well, they're not going to give him the contract that he wants. That's
also
Arsenal are good at giving players the contracts that they want when they should actually say goodbye. So it's very Arsenalish.
Is that
the West Ham way?
That's the Arsenal way.
Do you know the West Ham way, Jeff?
What's that blowing? What before Christmas? That one, or the blowing bubbles and like West Ham, they fade and die. West Ham is terrible.
Hey, Ernie, look at that comment there. What is Ronnie talking about? Me.
Fix up your two anti-Man United. Yeah, well, you know, Robert.
Who was called Ranić? Who's been holding the Ranić name for the last 2 weeks? Me. Ernie can't even spell Ranić. It was Robbo Ranić.
It's gone.
Listen,
gone
I want all my Man United peeps to understand. For me, I'm not biased. I have my bias. I'm biased towards Liverpool, but I love football. I have no problem with Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal, as long as the teams are playing good football.
This is recording, right? Ronnie Big. Ronnie, hush your bum out. With that shit. Yeah? With that shit, yeah? When I'm on Facebook digging you out, you know what I mean? At least Ernie occasionally comes back from the Costa del Crime, but you keep quiet. You must keep your filthy mouth shut. You must bow You must bow when you see me and you hear from me. Bow.
Hello, you can't be talking to my fellow Manchester United.
He can. He certainly can.
Western, come off here.
So anyway, listen.
I'm not spoiling now about Robert anti-Man United. Yeah, many anti-Man United man to meet man like me. Where?
Jeff, we've got a big game on Sunday. If it happens, we don't know the amount of Tottenham players that are dropping like. Listen, I don't use the dropping like flies. It's let me not go there. It's we are facing another situation where people are contracting this virus 10 times over, and it's affected football. It's affected Tottenham. They're holding out for this game at 4:30 against Liverpool at their stadium.
Cancelled.
No, honestly, this might be the game where Kane. Do you know what? Honestly, Robbo, and this is how I look at it, because we haven't got the same resources as Chelsea, Man United, or Man City in terms of being able to go out and buy. As long as Liverpool can keep on the coattails, be a point behind Man City. This is how serious it is. We have to keep on winning and keep on the coattails and put the pressure on Man City, because as you saw last year, what was it, out of 21 games, Man City won 19 of the last 21 games. Liverpool 7 points clear of them on the 15th of December last year. Look what happened. They end up being 16 points behind them. I would love us to go to, even if we had a scrappy 1-0, but Conte is different. It's a different type of drill. There'll be an Italian-style Fort Knox defence on Sunday, against Liverpool. So if we score early and we can hold on to it and score again on the break, if Tottenham go 1-0 up, geez, Robbo, it's going to be a long afternoon. I'm not.
One of them Italians.
Listen, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about Tottenham's defense. I don't think Liverpool should be worried about Tottenham's defense. I think as a
defense, there's no Virgil.
Well, on the other way, Tottenham are not scoring goals. I think Tottenham's if Conte manages to get the whole team playing as a defensive unit, which he hasn't managed yet, then it's a problem. I don't think they've got a rear guard that can stop Liverpool's front three. And
Tottenham are not going to go at Liverpool and do what United tried to do, which is to play a full press, entertaining game and get on the front foot. Tottenham are cautious. They're going to wait. And it's almost going to be like a Mourinho style performance.
Yeah, but it's the wrong team to come up against and do that. Liverpool's gone there. Last 3 times we've gone there, we've beaten them.
Conte wasn't the manager last 3 times.
It's same players.
No. Okay. Look what the Arsenal team did to Tottenham in that North London derby. I just couldn't believe it. You can't even call it a North London derby. That was murder. Mourinho, as negative as hell, couldn't get a tune. How much time did Tottenham under Pochettino come to Anfield and were unlucky not to win?
Yeah, but who's a better defensive manager? Who's a defensive low block, better low block manager out of Mourinho and Conte? It's got to be Mourinho. And he got smashed.
I don't know, you know.
Conte's not a low block manager, and he plays 5 at the back, but he plays wing backs. Mourinho just puts 10 at the back. As you know, 10. I want you to hold the ball up and you guys defend.
Yeah, but I think Conte is I think Conte is going to do well at Tottenham.
I agree with Ernie.
If Levy is the key. If Levy starts getting crazy like Patrick Tapping, right, then it's all over. He's going to go through the door. But if Levy can just allow my man to manage the side, I reckon he's going to be a good success there.
They're going to give him money, Ernie, otherwise he wouldn't have taken the job.
Yeah.
You know, the director of football and him are friends. He didn't come first time round because as far as he was concerned, there's no money to strengthen.
Why wouldn't you give Mourinho money?
No, because Mourinho couldn't. Okay, first and foremost, Mourinho. I tell you what really killed Mourinho right at the very end, Crystal, was when Mourinho turned around and said about his own players on the eve of a cup final, a week and a half beforehand, same manager, different players. Now, come on, it's like saying, Ernie, when Super Jam was beating drive time at Choice FM. It's not supposed to happen. And then someone turned around saying that, well, you know what, Choice FM don't need a reggae show. Well, how can you say that when it's the second biggest show on the station? You can't disrespect someone when they're doing something very well for you. You've got to be a team player. Mourinho got Tottenham playing such negative football. And what saved Mourinho? Crowds weren't in there to witness it. all the message boards, everyone was complaining about the negative football that Tottenham were playing and stuff. So they had to get rid of him. Conte wouldn't come. Harry Kane was rumoured to be going. He's been given assurances they're not going to sell him. Yeah, and Kane's been told you ain't going nowhere. We're building something here. You watch and see. Maybe not this January, but come the summer, when he'll get rid of Deadwood like Doherty and one or two others, then you'll see him with about 70 million.
You say Doherty and Harry Kane? Did you say that? No,
Kane won't be allowed to go.
No, I don't think
Kane's gone, mate. Kane's gone.
What's his name? The midfielder.
Gone in the summer.
The midfielder they bought from Wimbledon, and he's gone off the rails. What's his name again?
Dele Alli. They'll let him go.
Yeah,
he's off to Newcastle maybe. But
I think he's gone Aston Villa.
Yeah,
you guys are sure that Dele Alli is going to get a club in the Premiership?
Yeah, man.
Bro,
Yeah, man.
He must be crazy.
Yeah. He's a baller.
He's getting Championship, bro. He's not getting no Premiership. I'm telling you, this is a man that doesn't want to play football. We've seen it before.
No,
Championship, bro.
Wrong manager, wrong systems. I mean, Robert, look how he was being dug out. He did the same thing to Luke Shaw. Mourinho, he was costing the team. You're doing that. Remember, these footballers, irrespective of what they're earning, Crystal, you got to pamper people. You got to love people. Can't go on in a public arena, curse a man down, expect him to want to play for you.
Yeah.
No.
Dele Alli's getting in the Championship. Enough said. Anyway, the game against Liverpool is Antonio Conte. You reckon will have his work cut out in getting that team to play the whole team to be a defensive shape. What are they going to do in attack?
That's what I'm fearful of.
Who is this? Tottenham or Liverpool?
Tottenham. Yeah, your second favorite team.
Jesus. I don't pay too much attention to Tottenham. They made a good mistake against you guys, against Jeff and Robert's team, where they should have played Lucas Moura in the Champions League final, but thankfully they're allergic to common sense, and that kind of came back to bite them. So I don't know how they're gonna line up against you guys, but hopefully Liverpool to win. I don't know how they're gonna line up against you guys. But just going back
to injuries, isn't it?
Yeah, is that in relation to COVID? Right, because I know that they couldn't play. Yeah, that's in relation to COVID, right? But just touching on what Jeff was saying about Dele Alli, I'm just wondering, based off what Jeff ended on, is that in relation to his mental well-being? Because like Jeff said, there's certain players that you need to kind of put your arms around. You need to go out the way. You need to not necessarily baby them, but just kind of try to be that father figure and go above and beyond. And maybe Dele Alli is that type of player. I do agree with the rest of the guys, Robert, that you could see him perhaps somewhere like Aston Villa or elsewhere in one of the top clubs in Europe. I don't think he's going to Championship.
I can't see him in that top. I can't see him in any team in the top 10. Dele Alli.
I can't see him going.
Drugs, Robert. You must be smoking tonight.
No, seriously. Listen. I rate Dele Alli.
Bro,
I've seen him play
for somebody like that.
Have you watched him? Hang on.
Would take him.
Hey, have you watched him? That's all paper talk. Did you watch him in the Conference League? Have you watched this guy play football?
Yeah, but that's not Tottenham's top side. We're talking
Doesn't
about
matter.
when
This is Dele Alli.
You're being look. Everyone's arguing with me only right now when I'm arguing about that Traore at Wolves. That you know what? He's not being coached by Klopp yet. He's unplayable at Wolves. If when Klopp gets his hands on him, hopefully eventually, then you'll see the real force. I'm saying to you, Dele Alli, under Steven Gerrard, if he goes to Newcastle, he might as well go retire because they're down. Football's terrible. But if he goes if Dele Alli was in to go to Man United with this new German guy,
chance. I think. Listen, guys,
I reckon.
Listen, he's at his most important point of his career.
No, he's 25. He's 25.
This is your most important point of your career.
Yeah,
but he's got time. He's
not played football for at least 3 years.
How good was he before Mourinho came?
But he had his moments under Pochettino where he wasn't that great.
How good was he before Mourinho came?
He was a good player, but you're talking about 3 years ago, bro. He's heading for the championship, bro. Anyway, guys, drop your comments.
Yeah.
Jeff Schumann, talk. Crystal Talker talk. Ernie drinks his drink. Drop your comments below. Let us know what you're thinking out there. Ronnie Biggs reckons he's off to Roma. You're right. Ali is a champion. He's a championship player. Bro, football's moved. Dele Alli's championship,
Ali
bro.
loves woman too much. That's his problem.
Just like Dyer in that club is a championship player. I think you guys ain't watching the championship, bro. There's ballers down there, and they will come up and they will jump into a Premiership squad, and you ain't moving them. Dele Alli's not ending up in.
If Levy could, he'd take 40 million or 30 million for Dele right now from Newcastle.
There was nobody offering any money for Dele Alli, Jeff. Don't believe that. There was no one. They would take him on loan.
Yeah, off the wage bill.
Okay, but if you take him on loan, yeah, you got that wage bill to pay, which no one's going to play. And is he going to be committed? Has he showed signs of it?
No, do you know what? Look at Luke Shaw after they got rid of Mourinho. Although he's put on more weight than me and Ernie put on together in more recent times. But Luke Shaw did do a good job once Ollie came. He started showing. He was great in the Euros.
The only good job that Luke Shaw is doing is he knows how to use his app when he wants to go to Burger King. That's the only good job, mate. He's not the one, man. He's not the one. He's not the one. Shouts out to Devin Lindsay. Spurs to win 5-0 this weekend.
Is that a pseudonym for Daddy Ernie?
It's probably Ernie. It's probably Ernie. It is probably Ernie. Big up Devin Lindsay. What's up, fellas? Uma's going. Why do you think Newcastle wants your trash and reject, your rubbish? Don't assume that, bro. And plus, you might be right. If Newcastle go down and Dele Alli joins Newcastle, I'll be right. He'll be playing in the Championship.
Yeah, but he's not gonna go. I think if Aston Villa comes in for Dele Alli, that is his right place with Steven Gerrard there. Definitely.
You see that comment there, Ernie? What do you reckon? From Deb.
No, well, who is Debbie Thompson anyway?
Why do you whine about who they are? You always ask the question who these people are. If they're not wearing a red Man United shirt.
What would they call? She's a Liverpool supporter.
Oh no, Ernie. They're just comments, bro.
What would they
Answer
call
the
in
comment.
Luke Shaw? What would they call in Luke Shaw in the Euros?
Fat.
Shawberto. He's going for another little patch at the moment. He's put on some weight, but this guy Ranić here will get him back on the straight and narrow. So Debbie, watch this space, Debbie.
You agree with him?
Yeah, I agree with Ernie. Look, sure. Look, I tell you what Mourinho is. Jose Mourinho is an analog manager in a digital age.
He's not a manager anymore. Luke Shaw was playing.
Luke Shaw
managed it.
Mourinho messed up Luke Shaw.
I've heard enough of this, man. I've heard enough of this. Can we just lock off the stream, man? Just lock off the stream. Drop your comments below. Shouts to everybody that's commenting on the show so far. And if you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, we have so many people watching, and we ask you to do just press the thumbs button.
Yeah, please
do that. It really
just
helps.
Type in there ABU, anybody but United. That helps. Just no flipping, just clicking. No flipping, just clicking.
Mind you, Jeff, I say this to Robbo, right? You see, if there's a week go by and Manchester United name don't call, something is horrendously wrong. If a week goes by and Jeff don't make some sort of comment on Facebook about Manchester United, well, he didn't last week because he weren't well. So we found out because I was wondering what happened to him. We transpired.
Can I ask you, Ernie? I asked Crystal, and I'll ask you the same thing, Ernie. Yeah. Ragnick, would you keep him there or would you wait for Poch at the end of the season?
No, I tell you what, I like the way that Ragnick is speaking. I would keep him there till the end of the season. I tell you what, I'm not really.
He's staying there, but would you welcome Pochettino for the beginning of the next season?
No, I'm not a big fan of Pochettino.
Why?
Not a big fan of Pochettino.
Huh? Why?
I'm just not a big fan of him. I think Manchester United's too big for Pochettino.
Wow.
He's at PSG. That's a big club. They're like Man United.
I'm on PSG. They play a couple games. Who do they play? What's the teams in France?
Don't know.
Lille, Marseille.
Marseille. Not even a handful of teams. Not even a handful.
Disrespect. That's so disrespectful.
It's a bit like Scotland up there.
Yeah.
You know he's going to win the league before it starts.
Yes. Right.
But he did well at Southampton, made Tottenham overachieve. So what could he possibly do with that squad at Old Trafford?
No.
Yeah.
I think Manchester United is too big for Pochettino. Okay. Well, we'll see, because he's not even nailed on to come there. People's talking about Pochettino. I like the way this.
I asked you earlier. No, I didn't say it was no one. I just asked you what you thought. Like I asked Crystal in terms of the Arsenal captaincy and what Arsenal's expectations were. I'm asking you, what's your expectations? Who, if it doesn't go to Ragnick, who would you have? Because the Juventus guy I was talking about a year and a half ago, he's come back and Juventus are mid-table.
Well, I tell you, I don't know who we would have. I don't know who we'd have.
If Leeds were doing well, everyone would be talking about Bielsa.
What, for Manchester United?
If Leeds were doing well.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't know how Ernie could be talking about not he's too big. You had Ollie as your manager. What are you talking about? You had him for 3 years.
Ollie's at the wheel.
Yeah, you had Ollie as your manager. So you're I don't know why you're talking about the size of the manager.
Me personally, I wanted Ollie to succeed, just like.
Oh, we've heard it. We've heard this. We've heard this every week. Yeah, we move on now.
Just like Crystal. Don't you want Arteta to succeed because he's a young manager? Give him a little chance. Don't you reckon?
No.
For the sake of my own club, yeah, would love for him to succeed. Just like how I would love Patrick Vieira to succeed for obvious reasons. But going back, two things. Robert, correct me if I'm wrong on this. Hasn't Debbie been on the show before? Sure,
yes, Debbie has been on the show.
She was on here, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Robert. Yeah, pretty sure I've seen Debbie on the show, and I think she's an Arsenal fan as well.
She's a season ticket holder.
Okay,
right, we need to bring her back.
You got Debbie. Yeah, Debbie's been hiding.
We need another Arsenal fan to come on now and again. So yeah, Debbie should come back through. But yeah, Daddy Ernie, just going on to what you were saying, you really wouldn't take Posh. I saw someone said what has he won, but bearing in mind his experience within the Premier League, and we saw what he done with Tottenham in terms of developing Tottenham. They made Wembley at one point. They made Wembley their fortress, where you would go to Wembley and you would know that it's gonna be a long day. Exciting football with the Spurs team. You still wouldn't take that. And also he's now has experience in managing the big name players, some of the biggest players in the world of football. So bearing in mind and taking some of the facts that comes with Posh, besides the not winning the trophies, you still wouldn't at least consider taking him in.
If Poch comes, he comes, but I'm not falling over backwards for him to come.
Okay.
I like the way this Ragnick come and angle himself and the way he's talking. I like that. I just like the way he's talking. I think he deserves a little chance. I don't know.
Let's see how the table's talking for you, because you like chat, you like talk.
Yeah.
You like talk. Yeah. Current situation right now with all this talk, you're 6 in the table, and somebody commented that it was a very cheap win against Norwich.
Well,
you got lucky. You did get lucky.
Who did you play the other day and you got lucky? Was it Wolves? You beat them 1-0. Was it Wolves?
I wasn't lucky.
Yeah, you got lucky.
We forced that out of them. We forced that game. 1-0 win. We should have beaten them by more.
Luck plays an essential role in it. You know what I'm saying? Right? Don't worry. Ragnick is making all the right noises. We'll wait and see. There's a long way to go.
Cruising above Tottenham and below West Ham. But you got games in hand.
Yeah.
You have got games in hand, Daddy Herney.
Richard Smith, we know that you're a Liverpool supporter, so you don't have to make it obvious.
Richard Smith is fluid. He supports Leeds United.
Oh, God, makes it worse.
Yeah, so if Richard Smith looks like he's feeling pain, is because he felt pain.
I don't want what either Ernie. He's got the best players in the world, and he's still barely doing anything. He tied Club Bruges and got beat by Rennes. There you are. So I'm not convinced about Pochettino. Yes, he was good. I liked him when he was at Southampton. When he's at Spurs, I think he took Spurs as far as he could take them. He got lucky to drop into PSG job. I'm not a Pochettino fan. I mean, he can go to Liverpool if he wants, because
no thanks.
Go soon, innit?
No thanks. No, thank you.
Klopp's going to go
thank you.
soon.
Would you take Pochettino at Arsenal?
That
Crystal?
is an excellent question. It's a very good question.
We'll answer it then.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think because
Think about what?
am I going to get out of him? You can say that you can compare Manchester United and Arsenal in terms of like for like, both being just equally as good and both being equally as bad as each other. You guys still have better players available within your squad compared to Arsenal. So that's why I'm saying it might be more suited to you guys at present. With Arsenal, I think he will go back to building blocks, just like what Arteta is trying to do with Arsenal at the moment. So there aren't really much difference between Arteta and Poch at the moment, is there?
You think Arteta's on the same level as Poch, a man who went Champions League final?
Yeah, he's gone Champions League final. He blew it. Coward decision cost him. Coward decision. You should never have played Harry Kane. Harry Kane was on his crutches.
Yeah.
You should have gone with Lucas Moura. Killer.
Yeah.
That would have given you the Champions League. So you blew it. Coward decision.
They weren't going to beat Liverpool in the Champions League, regardless.
But they shouldn't have gone with Harry Kane, though. Definitely.
No, they shouldn't have.
And that
Deb said she wouldn't take Poch.
There you go.
I can see why Debbie would say that. But yeah, I mean, is there a huge difference between Arteta and Poch at the moment? Probably not. At least Arteta can say I have a trophy in my cabinet as well.
I don't know.
Well, the thing is, the thing with Tottenham playing Harry Kane in that final, Sugar Strain in that final, right? That was Levy. Levy said he had to play him. And once Levy says he has to play, he has to play.
I would have played Harry Kane in the final against Liverpool. It's your best chance of winning. I would have played.
But he was unfit, Robbo.
He was unfit.
He was unfit.
I'd have played him in the women's trophy.
He was unfit, but
Robbo, remember the semi-final? He went to watch the semi-final and he was up in the stands on crutches, Robbo. He came down on the pitch on crutches.
And then he made a miraculous recovery.
Because it's Harry Kane.
Well,
it's Harry Kane.
It's Harry Kane. Not a winner.
England goal scorer. Okay, so enough about this Poch. Poch is not a winner. Leave Poch alone, man. He's coming to Man United, and that's it. We know that's where he's going. He's going to Man United. Looks like Devon Lindsay and Master Blaster are having a blast right now. Master Blaster, change your name to Muppet Blaster 205. Lord God. Turn up.
No.
Master Blaster. Hey, you know what? Guys, you got to put your as they say, nail your colors to the flag. What are you, man? Are you we don't know. We don't know. I don't know what Devon Lindsay is.
We're gonna do this phoning thing the other day. What happened to that? We're gonna
let people through. We're gonna let through. We should do it next week. Guys, we want to let you through. We're having a bit of interference with Crystal's phone. She's been having a bit of interference. Jeff is gone to take his medications and be back for you.
Woo!
Yo, it's getting off. Devon, come on, Master Blaster. Oh no, calm down. Yeah. Devon Lindsay, you should change your name to Mystic Meg. Useless at football predictions. Yo, Devon, your predictions are they are soft though.
Well, mind you, we've only got 2 predictions this week, haven't we? Really well. What's happening in the championship?
Not sure.
Quite tight in the championship between Fulham and Bournemouth. It's like literally neck and neck. I think last week when I checked, it was on like a point that separated the both of them. But yeah, it's looking.
There's a few games on. At least there's a few games on. Middlesbrough, Bournemouth, Blackburn, Birmingham, Blackpool.
And you're going like you care. You don't care. So now you
No.
You
know, in the championship, I really want to see QPR come up. He's coming.
As Ernie said, it's not.
Are also in the frame. Yeah, well, all right. Yeah, I want to see QPR come up. I like the championship. Because the championship, one, not on the level of the Premiership. There's some good battles going on down there. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I like the championship. I'd love to see, because, Sir Les, Sir Les is the man at Queen's Park Rangers.
How are they doing at Queen's Park Rangers lately?
I think Queen's Park Rangers about 4-5. They went on a little run, then they had a wobble. But I think they picked up a few points. Let me just have a look here. Tables, championship. Yeah, they're 5th. 35 points. They're 10 behind Fulham.
So they're
with
nowhere
a game
near
in hand. With a game in hand.
So they're nowhere near then.
No, but they're in the playoff position. They're in the playoff.
I wonder if we can bring on somebody today. What do you reckon? Can we bring on somebody today?
I don't know.
Well, I'm going to post it in the. I'm posting it in the chat. And if someone wants to come on, I want to do it for next. We should have done it. We should have done it from the start. But
let's do it for next week, Robert. Let's do it for next week, right? So they can line up this up. Because some of them, they're all right putting their chat in there. It's like packet tapping. They put their chat in there and you ask them to come on, and then they get nervous. So let's put it out there early next week. It's a Christmas special. It's New Year's Eve next week.
Yes. How we'll do it when you log in, when you guys jump on, and if you jump on Facebook or if you jump on YouTube, inside of the YouTube under the comments, we'll put the link for you guys to come through and we'll put you straight on. But make sure that you haven't got a green screen phone like Daddy Ernie. Make sure you've got internet and and some good lighting like Crystal. Maybe you might have a nice glittery curtain. Is that what go on, a crystal?
Velvet.
Jeez! John Lewis department stores, boy.
In the barrel. Where the big shop name of Jamaica there, Robert? The big
the shop where they buy all their appliances.
Furniture and all them things.
What's it called again?
Quartz.
I forgot the name. Quartz.
That's a quartz curtain.
Deb says QPR and Fulham are playing well. Are we really good? Are we really taking it there to the championship, guys?
I think we should look at the champions as sometime. You know what I mean? As well as we should comment on the outright robbery of Lewis Hamilton. I think we should look at them things every now and again. You know what I mean? What
do you think about the Lewis Hamilton? And you say it's robbery, but they were adamant that they were trying to keep within the spirit of the game and the race, and they've been saying, this is what they've been saying from the start of the championship. They were telling they are going to let people race, and because these two are they're wheel-to-wheel racers, they wanted them to race. But it was a crazy time to let that one go.
You can't let two people race and one is at a distinct disadvantage. One's got brand new tires, one has got some tires that's been up to Manchester United and come back. And you're starting them together. That is foolishness. And he's for 57 laps, he's in front. And come the last lap, you decide to come up with some idiot.
No, but they have been saying that they wanted to implement this policy. They've been trying to do that throughout the races. I haven't watched all of the F1, so I don't know how many times they've done starts and restarts and, done it behind the car that sits in front, the safety car and all of that stuff. But that wheel-to-wheel thing, to me, honestly, Ernie, I thought it was exciting. I thought,
no, but the wheel-to-wheel, no, but
I understand. No, I understand with the tires. No, I get it.
Right,
I get.
Right.
Listen. I get it. I understand where the tires come into it. But if they both had the same tires, conditions, that would have been exciting. Don't you think that would have been exciting?
Lewis wins. Same tires. Both of them have got the same tires, and they're starting how they started. Lewis wins. No ifs or buts about that. Lewis wins and down. And they knew that. That's why that idiot Australian guy, right? and remember, we have to be careful about them Australians because we know about them Australian man there, right?
What happened to this? What happened to the Australian? Tell me.
No,
the cricket one,
Yeah, that's the cricket. But if I tell you what about them Australian man there, they won't let us back on this platform, right? But we got to be careful of them Australian man there. That guy there should not be allowed to officiate a Formula One again.
Football match.
No. I'm mad.
It's the rum, man. It's the rum. It's the rum. He was gonna say a football match.
I'm mad about it. He should not be able to officiate another Formula One series at all. It's a disgrace. And I think we should start a campaign for man to stop drinking Red Bull.
Because of Lewis Hamilton.
No.
Lewis all right, man. Lewis is all
No,
right.
he don't drive for Red Bull.
Oh, because the other guy drives for Red Bull.
Yeah, the other brother and Horner.
But didn't your man Lewis Hamilton didn't your man Lewis Hamilton pick up some big something from Prince Charles?
He got knighted, man. He got the sword on the shoulder.
Sir Lewis Hamilton.
Sir Lewis.
Yeah,
Sir Lewis Hamilton.
Sir Lewis and go on with your bad self.
Yeah. Well, you know what happened? Next season, there will be no mistake. Lewis is going to drive off into the sunset, and there'll be no mistake. The only way they're going to stop him is if they say that he must drive on his rims, and even then he's going to win it.
You certain about that?
Yeah, I'm certain about that.
So you reckon
they don't want him to get the 8th, but he's going to.
So you reckon this guy's a fraud then?
Verstappen is the future, but not as long as Lewis is driving. When Lewis retire, Verstappen can take over. But as long as Lewis is driving, Verstappen has to pay second fiddle. That thing he done the other day, where he drove his car and planted it on top of and let Lewis plant his car on top of him. He planted his car on top of Lewis, and they never done nothing. What kind of idiot business is that?
Richard Smith said it coming like when Howard Webb used to ref at Old Trafford. Any team that come up against Man United at Old Trafford, haven't they just there's one of the somebody put that name, the Premiership referee who's now being investigated for using what, and it's strange. It was on the football news that he said something about a player, and they said it on the news like he mentioned the color of his skin. Now that's getting a bit ridiculous where you're saying that somebody mentions the color of their skin. He obviously racially insulted someone, but they neatly put it on the news that can't remember his name. He's one of their old referees, Ernie. Before Howard Webb. David Ellery. That's the man. Thank you very much.
David Ellery. You know, Robbo, he used to teach at the school up the road from us.
Is he?
On the hill, yeah. Up Arrow Hill.
Well, he's being investigated for something that he said that, but they neatly said in the news reports that he mentioned the color of someone's skin. Now, listen, if you're mentioning the color of someone's skin, I don't think that's going to get you ticked off. If you say something racially abusive.
Yeah, you know that. Well, you know how it goes, Robbo. It's settling back down now. We've had the Black Lives Matters and all them business there and investigations, and it's settling back down now to type. You know what I mean? In a few more years, it's going to take a little while, but it'll settle down to type. And we'll come up punching and but it's settling down to type in the powers of the corridors of power is settling down to type.
You see what you lot started. Now I'm getting these championship nonsense. Look at Wickham Wanderers.
Well,
look how Wickham Wandering Wickham. I don't come here for this.
What division?
I came here for this. The team.
Third division.
I didn't come here for this.
No, well, you see, we always look on the bright side of life at Old Trafford, and we like to give people a chance. So if we've got,
shouts to Shoe Doctor. Shoe Doctor, people want them shoes fixed because Berlin boot are go on next year. You know? Yes, Shoe Doctor.
Does fix shoes. Yeah, man. Shoe Doctor, man. Yeah, man.
Do you reckon Shoe Doctor's going to be? You reckon Shoe Doctor's going to be overworked in January, February, March, April because it's looking sticky?
No one ain't coming out. Man. No one ain't coming out. Yeah, it could well be sticky. But I think Shoe Doctors are who does he support again? I'm sure he supports.
He supports shoes. Shoes.
Yeah. I think he supports Spurs. He's called Shoe Doctor.
I wonder if Shoe Doctor can fix Clark's. Crystal, when
that's
your
a good question. You know, come have one black pair of desert. We need a little top. So
now once Clark's he's a gooner. Shoe Doctor's a gooner.
Even better.
We'll get him on. No, but let me give you a
Shoe
little
Doctor you can't fix Clark's.
No,
You
suppose
can't-
they
once
can
Clark,
like
no, once
run up.
Clark's wear out. Once
Yeah, they
Clark's
can't. I don't
wear
think they
out,
can.
it's over.
It
Just
not
wear
look
it
bad,
out
but
till
it
it
kind
clean.
like you can put the polish on it, obviously, but.
Well, you can do that. You don't need a shoe doctor to do that.
And you know what?
Polish on Clarks, on suede Clarks.
No, yeah, you can.
What?
You brush it. You can brush it.
Yeah,
you brush it.
it.
You brush it. You brush
Yeah,
it.
you brush it.
You brush it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, only.
I know
only
you can
on the
brush
black
it.
ones,
According
though.
to Vibes Cartel Clark's song, he said toothbrush. Where him prefer. That's what it goes.
Yeah, you can brush it, but only on the black pair.
Okay, you can't brush the other colors.
No,
No,
'cause
man.
the
I got a
color's black.
beige one. Yeah, I got a beige one, and boy, I can't fix it at all, boy. The
Shoe
front-
doctor, can you confirm? Can you confirm that? I think these two are
Yeah.
talking nonsense. So what happened to all them suede sprays that you can buy in,
No, man,
in
you-
shoe doctor shop?
No,
you
it
can-
can't
you can-
work.
Well,
Well, look,
Well, if
look,
you can fix
yes,
my
it can
beige
be
one,
done. He said it can be done.
All right,
He
shoe
can-
doctor, come over to Tottenham tomorrow night. I'm going to bring my beige ones, and you can take them and fix them up for me.
Listen, before you go to shoe doctor, you're asking the man to come and pick up your dirty Clarks.
No, but he's
The
got
man said it can be done. Just check shoe doctor. He's got all
where is he
all
on
remedies,
Instagram,
all
brother?
shoes.
He's
Is that
nearby
on
you.
Instagram?
He's nearby you. He's nearby
Really?
you, Crystal. Yeah. He's over in Barking.
Shoe doctor, post your address now. Free
All right,
advertising
I'm
for
gonna have to
Christmas.
take my black
Do it
pepper
now.
dessert to him then, so he can
Yeah,
fix it
yeah,
up.
yeah,
Suppose
yeah.
I can fix it up.
In fact, who wants some free advertising? Post it now. We've got another 5 minutes. Shoe doctor, you know what to do.
Yeah.
People want their Clarks fixed.
Yeah. And
Ernie
then
needs a brown one
Can be
fixed.
done.
Crystal need an orange one fix.
Yeah, man. You got
Post
some
it up
man
now.
who some shoes he would need fixed
Clarks
as
can
well.
be done. Yeah, man. We need him to fix up my black Clarks then.
But would they look good when you fix them back up again? The back end of the Clark, like the rubber bottom of the Clarks.
Well, him call himself shoe doctor, so if you got a doctor, they're supposed to can patch you up and make you better done.
Mhm.
The lady has spoken, Shuey. Where's Shoe? Talk about Shuey. Where's Shoeman gone?
Shoeman shuffled off a minute. The Shoeman was doing the Shoeman shuffling. I thought he looked like he went to get a drink. I don't know.
So what's happened with the Prem? Is it gonna get postponed? Well,
Next week they're going to make a decision on it. The
I think
Premier
Monday,
League.
isn't it? Is it Monday? I think
Well,
Monday they're gonna.
I don't know why they're waiting till next week. They should have had a meeting tonight.
Yeah, because
But they're very reactive. They're not proactive. They're very reactive. We're run by the Football League. It's just like most. Listen, I'm sorry if I insult anybody, but it's like how British business is gone. These guys are just like behind the curve, bro. Italy's playing football. Spain is playing football, and they have the same figures, rising figures, but they've managed
France is playing.
because they're already doing behind closed doors. I'm sure Bayern was playing tonight behind closed doors. I mean, they're reactive, and if that is just to keep the games going, they stop fans coming to the stadium. So they may have it for maybe a couple of weeks, but the football will continue. I don't know. We are behind the curve, but it's like, sorry, as I said, it's like, I don't want to diss on the British business, but you guys are just behind the curve. You're too late. You just move after the horse is bolted, man.
Well, should they say that it's the best league in the world?
Who says that?
The British press. They say the best league
This is why we're here. We don't do the British press. We do our press.
Yeah. And our press says
It's a fantastic product, the Football League, but it's run by idiots.
yeah, some all-time on them who don't really know what I want. You know what I mean? Sit with their
They said that 97% or 93% of the players in Germany and in the 90s in Spain in La Liga are vaccinated, and only 53% of the players, so it's moved from 30 to 53%, are vaccinated. I don't know if that helps. I'm not here to talk about who fi vaccine or who not fi vaccine. But football is going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're talking about how are players still getting COVID? Aren't they all vaxxed? It's a
Because you can get COVID even though you're vaccinated.
Even you're vaccinated. Yeah. Man's got 2 jab and booster and still getting it. You know what
Tell
I mean?
us a story about one of your mates next door, Ernie, because I'm sure one of your mates next door had 2 jabs and boosters.
No,
and
I
it's
can't.
still gone wrong.
You know I work for, so I can't really divulge. But people are getting
You see, Ernie will tell me off air, but he won't tell us on air. Ernie's
People
like,
getting
hey,
trouble for
I'll tell you
bamboo.
about my mate next door. I thought you were going to let off one, Ernie. It's the season to be jolly. We've got another 2 minutes left.
No. We got to keep the plantation going in these perilous times, Robbo.
Ooh, yes,
You know what I mean?
seriously. People, we have a week before the holidays. I know some of you guys are turning down. Schools are turned down. Colleges are turned down. So we're going to have more moments together. But I would say to everyone, and this is just not me doing my COVID bandstand, but guys, the only way we're going to get through this is if we be safe, act sensible, and most of all, this is my thing, just be kind to people.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
And I think we would have got through this months ago. Be kind to people, and that means looking out for people that, you know, we've had nations across the world that needed help, and we didn't help them. We had people in our own country that are like sleeping on the floors, bro. After COVID, they just went back to sleeping on the floors. There's families who are having a hard time, a tough time. These are the people that's contracting COVID as well. And it's going to affect them, and it will affect all of us. So guys, just be kind to people. We'll get through if we just be kind to people. He's back. He is back. I don't know if it was a long drink. Or was it a long rest? What happened, Jeff? You shuffled off.
I apologise. I've just been talking tactics with the Manchester United new manager. And,
that was long.
For that kind of consultation, you know, it was quite painful. Apologies, sorry. I've had an eye operation and my eye was filling up. I had to have some drops into the eye. So, yeah.
See, that's what happened when you disrespect us on Facebook.
Yeah.
Manchester United.
Can I ask everybody, top 4, end of the season, in what order?
Oof.
City.
At this early stage?
City, Liverpool, Chelsea, United.
Crystal?
Oh, I want the drama. I want to hear the Liverpool fans say 20 times. So, sorry, Raheem Sterling. So, Liverpool, Manchester City. It should be Chelsea. Nothing is given. But should be Chelsea. And for the 4th position, I think that's probably a 3-horse race between Arsenal, West Ham, and Manchester United.
I think the top 4 is going to be Liverpool going to finish the winners of the Premier League, Manchester City, Chelsea are going to slide their way into 3rd place. But guess what? It will be West Ham for 4th. Up the hammers. Up the hammers. I think it's going to be Man. I think it's going to be a Man United.
I thought I was the comedian.
No, it's Man United. I only said that to wind up Ernie. I think Man U will finish 4th. I don't think. I think Arsenal ain't got enough. Tottenham won't have enough. They could. I think Tottenham is the biggest threat for. I think they will be the biggest
now
threat.
Conte's there and Ragnick's there. Anyone who finishes above Manchester City deserves to win the Premier League.
I don't think it's going to be. I don't think the threat's going to be Arsenal or West Ham. I think it's going to be Tottenham to a fragile position. But I think Ragnick will get them over the line. I think he'll get them over the line.
For me, anyone who finishes above Man City, I don't see anyone going past City. My heart is Liverpool, obviously, but anybody who finished above Man City deserves a Premiership.
I think Liverpool will finish above Man City. I think we're a better team than Man City. Honestly,
remember one thing, Robbo, we're without Van Dijk for the next 2 games, and that really worries me.
It's only a few days. It's a few days. It's not the end of the season. We've got strength in that area now. I'm not.
Well, you see, Newcastle should have gone 2-1 ahead. Sometimes I watch my fellow Liverpool fans and female Liverpool colleagues, and I wonder sometimes what games they're actually watching. At least
they should have. But remember, we had a soft centre. It wasn't a Van Dijk situation.
That soft centre is going to be there on Sunday.
Hang on, I'll tell you where we've been undone. It's the player in front of the 2. I think it's Fabinho. Fabinho is the guy.
Yeah, but he's in Van Dijk and the 2.
Yeah, but Fabinho, if Fabinho's playing well and he motors along, Salah, Mane, and Jota do what they do, Jeff, we are comfortably winning the league.
Well, I know you really want to win the league proper, Robbo.
We're gonna win.
You know, when you won it last time, it was the COVID league, and you really want to win the Premiership properly.
COVID-19, as you
Yeah.
guys would say.
Everybody's got City winning the league, man. I'm telling you, I said this,
No,
as Ernie would say, rewind the tape. Rewind the tape. If Raheem Sterling is benched more time for Man City, they will not win the league.
yeah, but he's not going to be benched.
He
more
will
time.
be benched because the manager's faced it. They won't win the league.
The manager knows exactly what he's doing. That's what I'm concerned about.
Well, if he benches Raheem and it costs them the league, so be it.
He's done that in the Champions League. He benches players when he feels that he should bench them because his name is Pep is a great manager. That's what's going to lose him the league.
Okay.
Klopp doesn't play that
You
game.
know what's going to happen? We'll see. We'll get the measure of Arsenal, just like when they were on that 10-match unbeaten run. They came to Anfield, and for 35 minutes, Arsenal was so much in the game, I was worried. So for
Debbie, I hear
35
what you're
minutes,
saying. Liverpool squad is not better than City,
no chance, not even close, not even remotely close.
but we'll win the league.
All
But
right.
I'll tell you this: Arsenal play Man City. I think it's New Year's Day. Then we'll get a real true gauging of where Arsenal are at.
Where
Man
they played
City
at the
benchmark.
Emirates.
Well, no, they played already. They beat five. They lost 5-0 at the Emirates, second game of the season.
Southside Hammer, Liverpool, blah blah blah. We're not going to sit here talking. We're not going to sit here talking about West Ham.
Ernie, the reality is, for Ollie, it was 3 games too far. Liverpool was madness. Man City, fair enough. I think Man United fans can live with that all day long because of the fact it was Man City. The Watford game was the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, I always said that. Yeah,
But
that
the
was
Man
the negative.
United side of now is what counts. And this new manager is different.
Yeah.
And he's got them playing, even if he has to ball the pants off them until he gets the formation right.
Yeah.
Watch that first splendor technique. It hurts me to say it. It pains me to say it. But Man City will go to Arsenal on New Year's Day, and that will tell us it will either be a demolition job or Arsenal will only lose by 1. Arsenal can't beat Man City. Can't beat Man City.
No.
Liverpool are lucky with the 2-2 draw. Man City are absolutely frightening right now. Forget what they did to Leeds. Man City are just frightening in the way they play. Frightening.
Played Leeds, Jeff. They played Leeds. Leeds had 7 players out, bro. They had half their team out. Do you know that?
That's what's sponsored for.
Well, Richard Smith said City toyed with Man
No,
United.
I'd agree with you.
But that was Ollie's Man United. That's not this new bloke's Man United.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. They
Do you
took
honestly think if Mourinho had been at Old Trafford still, Man City got away with that? No chance.
No,
It'd been a ball draw.
He would have punched down Pep and got the game abandoned.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what happens because Superman's coming back from Dubai anytime soon. He says he's going to be fit and ready for the second half of the season.
Now Superman's got to go.
Well, we'll talk.
Is Superman Rodney? Am I
No.
Pogba.
What a waste of time. I make you laugh. And if you get a chance, isn't it cool about a man holding in their feelings? When Pogba gets sent off against Liverpool, if you see Mike Phelan's face behind Ollie when he's sent off, if a face could pay 1,000, it was like, well, it was looking like, you know what? You black so-and-so. He absolutely, Mike Phelan's face is an absolute picture when Pogba's sent off.
It's like Ernie's face. He's of the same generation. You can't judge Leeds this season without Bamford. You're crazy, bro. It ain't about Bamford. They have Rafinha, easily one of the best midfielders. His stats are incredible. His assists, he's an all-round Superman, and that's why he's coming to Liverpool next season. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, blah, blah.
Anyway, guys, listen, next week, we are going to post a link for you guys to get involved with the show. Debs, we're looking for you. Ronnie Biggs, you're full of talk. Richard Smith, we're going to invite all you guys on to chime in on the show, and we'll have some special guests. Ernie will have the mince pies.
Yeah.
What else do you have at Christmas?
Yeah, the rum punch. No one got any of.
Crystal, what are you bringing up? What are you bringing for the Christmas party? What are you bringing? Because Ernie's doing the sorrel and mince pies and foolishness on hats.
I'm on my way to Harrow as we speak.
Rum cake.
Rum cake. Okay.
But Ernie not get none because Ernie not sharing rum punch for the rest of the week. Go like I'm alone.
Exactly right.
No, don't worry. Listen, I've been waiting for you to open the barrel, Kristen, like the barrel can't open. So
Ernie, it's true. It's true. next Friday, you need to make sure that we have some. So we're drinking it.
All right.
We'll catch up with Jeff Schumann in the new year. Jeff, I know that you just come back from the eye operation, man. But thanks for coming through. We wanted to get you on. We wanted to get you on the show. We wanted to get you on the show. I didn't want to bring you on the show when it was very toxic. I couldn't allow for you to be saying, shut your filthy mank mouth.
Every time. I go on Facebook right now. You're going to see. Keep your...
No, but we couldn't allow that. We couldn't allow that. So that's why we didn't invite you earlier on. It was toxic. It was tough.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And
listen, guys,
next time you come in there, take that name off of there.
Yeah, no problem.
Sadio.
Come on, man. Catch the show tomorrow. It's on Sky Channel. What channel is it on, Ernie?
182.
182. Yeah.
Midday.
12 midday. And we'll be back next week with some more special guests. We're going to do it Christmas party style. Most definitely. So join us next week. I will post the link for you guys to get involved. And please, if you want to get involved and you're shy, just be like Ernie. Just come true. Come true.
With his Man United top on and his Man United hat.
Yeah.
Well, bring the rum punch come.
Something all right. Something all right, yeah.
But it's called Christmas. It's called Christmas. But listen, guys, we'll be catching you next week on the Fixture List. Thank you, Crystal, Ernie, Jeff Schumann. Peace.